them in the house. Anybody there? Anybody there? Can you hear me? Test 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you, Doc.
All right, I can hear you. I can hear you. How's it going, Rodney?
Hey, it's going good.
Yeah.
I'm ready for this market open.
Ready for the market open?
I'm ready.
I figured I may do a training session during the market. How about that?
Let's go.
How about that? See who else here. Jamaican showed up. All right. So you had a good week?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Good week on the charts?
Good chart. Of course, I had got some good charting time in this week. Relax, ready. I'm ready for the night. Looking forward for this upcoming week.
All right. Let me know if you can see the screen share. I've got a blank chart basically on MQ.
Oh yes.
On the next quarter contract, which we'll be flipping over this week.
Yep.
So you can see the chart.
I can see it.
Okay. Awesome. As you guys notice, we got a few newcomers in the house. Pull up Discord here real quick. We got a Tone Bone, Mango, Night Trader, Slayer NASDAQ, and Snowfall. Yeah. We want to welcome them to the group. And
welcome to the family.
And of course, in the beginning, I got a lot of questions, and I appreciate some of you that's been here a while answering questions and helping out. So I wanted to go over. Evidently, everybody doesn't understand the setup. They don't understand the methodology of low high halfback or high low halfback. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's not complicated. As you know, Roddy, what was it? Your grandson that started learning, or your granddaughter?
Yeah, that was
high low halfback.
Yeah, that was the grandbaby.
Mm-hmm. Just by watching
6 years old.
Yeah, just by watching grandpa. So if a 6-year-old can do it, that should motivate us adults to be able to do it. So that tells me it's simple. It's a simple thing. I always start with it starts with a setup, ends with a setup. And what do I mean by that? I mean the whole market is around that range setup of London close range. You don't need anything else. That's all you need. That's all you need on the chart. Yes, I have a lot of extras that you can key on, specific candles, specific clues that comes over with time. That's just from screen time that I share. But all you need is the setup. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. That's why we set up every day. That setup is for the next day trading session as a whole. Asia, London, and New York. Period. That is the range for the next day. Period. And that's from my backtesting. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can spend time and try to figure it all out. But like I said, I have researched just about every trading range that I could dice it up, breaking it down. And the London close range is the most accurate of hitting targets. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to hit targets and be out of the trade. Now, can it continue up or continue down? Absolutely. But I don't care. As long as we get our 5 to 10 points or more, that is all that matters. We're in, we're out, we're done. We do it again tomorrow, same time, same place. It's that simple. So this is an old video right here. I'm just going to play a few minutes of it because I sent this out and I've had some that's already listened to it and still not listening to what it's saying. They're already asking questions and you're not listening. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to forget your bad habits. You're going to have to forget basically everything that you've learned in trading because what I do here is totally opposite of what everybody shows and teaches in the books. So I just want to play a clip here, maybe about 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Thursday night, Asia. This is end of day New York, right here. End of day New York. And white line is Asia open. The white line on this chart is always Asia open. Okay, those are just quick identifiers for me. That's what my eye see. That's how I've got it set up. You able to hear again, Michelle? You get your speaker figured out? Okay, so that's a little background on the chart. So we got high, low, halfback. Now you can go back into the chat and talk about what I was saying in chat in Asia and how I knew it was a short for get go because we had a high, low, and we had halfback in Asia. Asia open is pretty much halfback, right at 50. And if you go back into the chat in Discord, I kept saying 50 is having trouble. 50 is having trouble. Okay. So anytime we have a high and we have a low and we have a halfback to hold, what do we expect? Because it's already telling us what it's going to do. And what is it going to do? Exactly what it did. We have a high, low, halfback. What are we waiting on? We have target right here. We're waiting on the sweep. High, low, halfback, holds, sweep. So does everybody understand what I'm talking about when I say high, low, halfback, sweep? Just type in yes in the chat. Everybody that's on, if you understand what I'm saying, type in the chat that you do or you don't. No, not necessarily. It's the day high and low. No, this is the last rotation right here. This is your macro rotation. We're coming into Asia. This is our high. This is our low. We are at half of that move. We're at half of it. All right. I can see it, but if you can't see it, you take your high, you take your low. Where's halfback? Right here. It's right at it. Close enough. Why? Because I've got a 4-hour halfback right here. To me, that's close enough. Right here's what I'm keying off of. That 4-hour halfback right there. If we can't get above it and hold that 4-hour halfback, I know we've got a high, low, halfback sweep. They showed their hand. Okay. That's the first way that I'm looking at macro, the big picture. When I say macro, this is what I'm looking at right here. Macro. All right. What do we expect once this low gets swept? Once it gets swept? I want to see what I talk about is reclaim. Reclaim means price goes through here, which it does, boom, it goes past here, but it comes back into it and holds. That is a reclaim. When you have a high, low, halfback sweep and reclaim, we're going to the other side of the range. Where did it go?
to the other side of the range. Well, how did I know that? Because the chart told me that. That's how. High, low, half back sweep. Look, now we got a low, high, half back sweep. Change direction. Low, high, half back sweep. Simple. It's very simple. If you go through the chart, just doing what I'm doing, talking it through, this you can jump in at any time, any moment, in any market.
I mean, I can't say it any better. That was over a year ago, guys. So it all starts with the setup. Okay. So we're going to do the setup. How it's refined, because the setup video that I've got is an old one. It's been refined since then. We use different times now. I don't use the whole afternoon session. So 10:30 candle, the high and low between 10:30 and 1400. Get the right drawing tool up here. So we're going to do a setup session right here, real quick. This is how I set up every single day for every trading day going into the next day. So here's 1400 right here. The low is right here. From 10:30 to 1400, this is the high, this is the low right here. That is what I consider London close range. Okay. Fibs, you're going to put your fib on that high and low. All right. All I am fib settings. I'll give you fib settings here in a minute of what I use. I don't want all the fibs on the chart. Let's see which one I got on that. All right, so that is London close range setup. Cannot get any cleaner. That is a clean chart, nothing else, no indicators. We don't need indicators. Those are just lipstick and crutches. Everybody is so fascinated with the daggum indicators I got. They're crutches. You don't need them. Sharpen them up a little bit, one a little bigger on London close range. All right, so this is the only range that we need to trade all three markets. Okay, now I'm going to mark your highs and lows. So what the high of this candle is 482, 482. Let's mark it with green. And that's level, and it's low, 260.75. So what are we basically looking at here? London close range. What are we looking at? This is basically one candle. Even though it's a range, we're looking at it as one candle. All right. It's projected the next daily range. We're either going here or we're either going here, depending on what? Depending on what we see, what the setup shows us. We have half back. We have a low. We have a high. Price is coming down. We got a high. We got a low. We got a half back. So let's just mark it because, you know, some people need the visual. High. This is low. And this is half back. Now, with this structure, what are we anticipating? We have a high, low, half back. What are we anticipating? I just showed it to you in the video from a year ago. It's the same move. High, low, half back. If half back doesn't hold, we expect sweep, target hit, reclaim, hold, we go to the other side. So you also have, this is the last short-term low that was taken out with this candle. So this is a, this candle, that's a high. This is a low. I'll be down. Where's half back? High, low, half back. What's supposed to happen? Sweep. If this does not happen, this is when we know this should be our first target, then this should be our second target. This is the macro target. All I did was dial in on the same thesis, high, low, half back sweep. We keep doing that until we don't get a low half back sweep anymore. Because if this low holds, it can come back up. If this low holds, it's going to half back. So that brings in the terminology of 50 to 50. All right, so let's let me get all this off. All right, so 50 to 50. So what does 50-50 mean? 50-50 is exactly what it means. This is a 50, this is a 50, this is a 50, this is a 50, this is a 50. All equals, you have 4 50s, that equals 100%. This is the 100% of the expected range, all right? Broken down into 25 quarters. You see it over here on the right-hand side? Y'all with me? Is everybody with me? Say something, put something in the chat. Ready, say something, them boys.
Yeah, I'm with you. We're with you.
Okay, so basically we're looking at this as one whole candle, one whole candle. So, you know, it doesn't get any easier than this. So if this 50 breaks, we know we're going to this 50, 50 to 50. If this 50 don't hold, we're going here. If this 50 don't hold, we're going to 50. 50 holds, we're going back to 50. 50 holds, we're going to 50. It's all in sections, okay? But all you need is this setup. This is it. This is all you need. Because it already tells us, we know if we're above half back, we're long, right? Because half back is a line in the sand, period. We're below half back, it's a sell. And the reason why that don't make sense to folks is because ICT is teaching you this is premium, and this is, I mean, this is premium, and this is discount. So why would they be buying halfback in the premium? According to his thesis, that makes no sense. But that's what they do. This halfback holds, we're headed here. It's a high probability. Yes, it can stop here. But the probability, let me remove this because you really don't need it, but if this holds high probability, it's going to here. Don't believe me, back test it. If this fails, it's going to here, area 51. Another terminology that you guys will hear me say, right? Area 51. Just to play on words. I love it. Area 51. All right. So what's our next range that we put on the setup? Okay. Remember, lending close range is always your macro. Period. This range trumps all. Trumps your 1445. This range trumps all. Okay. So where's our next range candle? 1445. Right here. 1445. You'll know I use green on this. I don't even put this on my chart anymore. I don't need it. But this will help you in Asia. This will help you on your understanding and seeing your breakout or breakdown. Okay, that's the best way that I can say it. I'll show you your breakout or breakdown. All right. So we know if we get above here, we're in breakout. This tells us before we even get to half back, right? Same here. We don't hold here, we're in breakdown, which is right here before the low. We know in advance before it even gets here, right? Because it's the same technique. Low, high, half back, or high, low, half back. We're coming down in direction. High, low, half back. Do you see it? We're already below half back. So we know if this half back fails, we're going 50 to 50. Where's 50? Right here. Well, first right here, then here. I'm not even playing this. 50 to 50. Get above here, 50 to 50. It's simple. But there's nothing else to it. Half back is your key. Your key to everything. Half back is the key that unlocks everything. Half back or low should be your entry if you're long. Half back or high is your entry for the sell. We sell high, we buy low. High, low, half back. Of course, it went above half back because they're selling into it. They're selling into this push to come back. This move here, they're getting short. This whole move up, they're getting short. Why? Because I already showed you the short here. They're adding to the position, doubling down. Does that make sense? All right. One last candle that we note. If you play, this is only if you play Asia open, period. At 5 o'clock when Globex session opens, this is the only range we mark up, and that is last candle print. Right here. Last candle print. Same rules. Half back holds to the top side, we're headed up. Half back fails, we're headed down. It's the same rule. All you need is the 50 on that one candle, and that pretty much lines up with the 30-minute half back. So I'm just going to remove it because that's a 30-minute half back right there, and we're already close below it. So that's the setup in the nutshell. This is how you should be setting up every day. All right, and you're going to back test. If you're setting up every day, you're going to be able to see what happened the previous day when you set up, right? Let's go over here and set up, and then we'll see what happened the next day. This is how you should be practicing right here. Well, I'm showing you what I'm drawing out, everything I'm doing right now. This is how you guys should be back testing and practicing, because this is the only way you're going to learn it. And then once you lay it out, going to the next day, you're going to see what happened. So I'm going to show you what happened. If you can't read the right hand side of the chart while the session is going. All right, so let's mark it up. 10 o'clock, 10:15, got 10:30 low. See where we at over here. We got some more lows. 1400. So we got a high up here. High up here. 1400 is going to be the low. All right. Draw the fibs. All I got is area 51s and half back. That's it. Try to keep the chart as clean as possible. Everybody likes clean charts. All right. Bigger. 2 on these. C. All right. All right. Our next range is going to be 1445. 1445 candle. All right. Draw the fib on it. All right. Next one's going to be last candle print. We're playing the open of Asia. All right. So now let's see what happens. We're in a high, low, half back. Already hit half back before Asia even opened. High, low. Pretty close right here. Above the low, can't get to half back. High, low, half back, should expect sweep. That's exactly what happened. What happened here on our 1445 candle that opened, couldn't hold. Told us we're headed to target here, let me close range low, headed to area 51. All right. Did we get our 5 to 10 points? Hang on. 81. 81, that's 100 points on NASDAQ. All right. So y'all see why I switched over to NASDAQ and trade NASDAQ for the last month and a half. All right. What did the last candle print tell us? When this candle opened, right? When that candle, first candle printed. Globex. Off of the last candle print, what do we get? High, low, half back, sweep. Y'all see it? Confluence. All 3 of them lined up. But all you needed was one close range. All you needed was this square box right here. Last rotation, high, low, half back. It's right here, right here. This is last rotation, high, low. These are wicks. I'm looking at the bodies. Y'all see where I'm looking at the bodies? High, low. This is half back. Don't believe me? Body, body, half back. This is why you draw it. This is why you do it. Eventually, you'll start seeing it. You won't have to draw it. I don't have to draw them anymore, guys. Been doing it so long now that I don't have to draw them. I see it. I already see it. All right. So let's see if we hit area 51. No, but it got close. Doesn't have to hit. What told us the story? Right here, because once we came back, we swept, right? They double dipped. Once they got above here, once they got back into the range of London close right here, they came out of it, came back into it. Once they reclaimed this area inside this range, we're headed to the other side. Target hit. Okay. Now do we hit top side area 51? Boom. There's target. Play's done. We're over. It's it. You could leave a runner, but that's the play. Why? Because that's the high probability. The rest of it's chasers. We really don't care about the rest. But you can leave a runner. There's the end of the day, New York. High probability. Y'all see it? You can also key on the 1445, because if it reclaims area 51 on the 1445 candle, then we're headed up. All right, let's go back another day. We'll draw it out and then we'll see what happens. 1030 candle, got a high, ready, got a high here, 1400, there's our range. Right. Next one's 1445. All right, and then the last one is play line that is open. This market's open. All right. So here we are. All right, London close range high. This was the last low broke on this candle. So if you take a high, low, this is half back. Sell high. This is half back. We already know we had structure shift here, right? Because this was a short-term high. This is short-term low. They took it out, came to the other side. We're low. That's why they started buying. Once they got above half back, when we get above half back, where we headed? We're headed to here. They hit it. Hit it before the next session. They got ahead. All right. So they already showed we were in breakout. 1445 right here. This is our breakout line. Breakdown. Let's mark it. I did mark the breakout and the breakdowns, but it's very important. This is what you need to be keen on. This is breakout. This is breakdown. All right. So they sell high. The London close range high. They already showed they're in breakout. So what do? They get misdirection, right? First candle print is half of that. High, low, half back. Swept. Swept what? Swept the candle right here. That was first target. The next one is the rotation. The next one is the half back here. The next one would be the low of this candle, but they didn't reach it. Why? Because this half back held, because they already showed their hand. Right here, 1445 high range. Don't get there. It holds. Where are they going? Boom. Target hit. They already showed their hand here. They're already willing to go right here. Misdirection, right? Misdirection accumulation. Target hit. That's the play. We know when we get back inside. Uh-oh. Came back inside area 51, broke this structure low, tested it here. Now where are we headed? Does it hold or fail? Coming into New York. Right here. They held it. Tried to hold the market up. Right here. Area 51. Going into the next day. But look. Came back inside. They already showed their hand. My bad, guys. They already showed their hand there. They already came back inside. Right here. Broke this structure right here. This was all misdirection. And then they came back and did the move. All right. Back in the London close range high. Previous day. holds, right? Previous day, the day of London closed range low held, right? Continues up, target hit, why? 50 to 50, 50 holds, headed to 50, right? This new contract may be skewed a little bit, but I wanted a clean chart with nothing on it. I didn't want to have to clear all my stuff off. All right, so y'all, are y'all following me so far? So this is how we set up every day. I think I've given enough. We'll do one more, but I've given enough examples of how to set up. So 10:30, we got a load here, 1400. So we have a load there. That's 1400. All right. That's 1445. All right, and the last one's going to be if you play, it's open. Last candle print. Above it's long, below it's short. All right, so what happens right at open? What do we have? We already know we're in a high, low. We've already felt London close range low before Globex even opened. We're already here at area 51. So we already know to go up, area 51 is going to have to hold, period. Right? So right here's the 1445 that we're keying on in Asia, right? They're already below it. So what do they try to do? They try to get back to the low right here, opening candle, comes back to the low. We know low has to hold to go 50 to 50, right? 50 don't hold here, we're going back to 50. That's exactly what it did. Did not hold, came back to 50. Now you're in a high, low, half back. You're going to sweep this low, high, low, half back, sweep. High, this candle just took out short term, high, low, this is half back. Continuation. Right? This candle right here, high, low, half back, sweep and target. Same thing. Takes this candle right here, takes out the short term low, high, low, half back, sweep, target. Continuation. This candle here. They tried to turn right here, right? So we got a high, we got a low. This time they tried to turn, couldn't turn it. Continuation. High, low. Once this half back fails right here, hit target. This is the progression. This candle breaks, got a high, got a low, and get the half back, target. All right, I think I've given enough examples on the setup and how to read it. Buy low, sell high. Half back is always your key. You're always keying on half back. It's always your key. All right, so let's go back and see what we got and start a session. Since market's opened, I'm not trading right now, but I believe I already said that we were headed down. It was in a high, low, half back, as I showed the video, right? I said it was the same pattern that we were coming into tonight. All right, so let's see here. What we got? What's happening? High, low, half back. We should be expecting sweep of the low. What happened? Swept the low. This low has to hold to continue down. All right. This low has to hold to continue down. All right. All right. So has anybody got any questions? I just wanted to go over the actual setup, how it's done now, since that was an old video and things have been refined since then. But this is all you need. You don't need anything else. This is all you need. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything you want me to go over? Let me see here. My chat's lit up. I ain't been watching. What has it been my win rate on MQ lately? Well, the month of February, I had 4 losing days, and this month I've had none. So do the math. Yeah, misdirection. Y'all understand where we know where there's misdirection? This is misdirection right here. If we have a high, low, half back, we know it's supposed to sweep bottom side, which it did. But a lot of times they don't, and that's where the misdirection comes in because they show it, right? Because we already know if we're in a high, low, half back, we got to sweep the bottom side because that's what the chart says. If manipulation comes in, this is what happens: high, low, half back, and then they move it to the upside. That's misdirection. They're misdirecting for a purpose because they're getting they want more orders getting in to slam it to the downside to get the sweep. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, Doc.
And they do that a lot. I mean, they don't do it. They do it at times. They don't do it a lot. But like I said, if like right here, this is a perfect example right here. Here was the misdirection. So low, high, right, half back, supposed to hold and sweep up. What happened? It happened. It continued down. But we know why it continued down because remember this is misdirection. I said earlier in the beginning, this was them getting orders in again because they already sold here. On the move up, they're selling as it's going up because they know why. Because we already know this got to sweep. It has to sweep. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has to sweep. All this is misdirection. low, high, halfback was supposed to hold and go up. It did. Misdirection. Why? Because we were in a high, low, halfback. We should have already swept because London close range is your range. This one is the one you're keying off of. Does that make sense? Live stream has a sell. Well, yeah, there's probably a reason why it had a sell. If you follow the live stream, that clock, winner, winner, chicken dinner, as a crutch. The sell signals on the live stream, guys, is all based off of halfback in rotation. That's how I had it programmed. So even if you just key off of the signals, and yes, they will disappear if stop gets hit, because a lot of times they'll do a micro rotation into a rotation, knock you out, and then go where it's supposed to go. But that's just something you'll learn with screen time. Does that make sense? Anybody else got any questions? Anything you want me to go over, look at? Why you got me? Yes, it's being recorded.
Hey, Doc, thank you for going over the misdirection accumulation. As you know, that was one of the areas that I needed to.
Yeah, because you know, like I said before, right? Your thesis was correct. What was supposed to happen, but that's not what happened. You know, they misdirected. So at that point, you know, there's a lot of times I'm going a direction trade, and I have to flip it because once the chart shows me that, I have to flip it. I can't hold it. I got to flip it to the other side.
Yep.
But we're anticipating, and that's part of the learning process of learning how to read the right hand side of the chart before it prints. This is what I'm teaching you. You're already anticipating what is supposed to happen, and I'm teaching you if that don't happen, then it goes the other way. And we know that by the London close setup. It already shows us.
But you know what? That's where it helps to mark up your chart with the setup and do your write-up.
Very important.
And just get in the habit of doing that. So
Yeah,
you're able to document it.
no shortcuts. I'm telling you, no shortcuts. I still mark up the chart, guys. I mark it up for you guys, you know, but I still mark up the chart. It keeps you in check. The setup is going to keep you in check. Look, you want to buy low, right? You want to buy in this area if you're going to be a buyer. If you're going to be a seller, you want to sell in this area right here, right? We don't want to buy high, and we don't want to sell low. So these ranges keep you in check. The setup keeps you in check. Now, can we sell the low to get to area 51? Absolutely. That's what the chart shows us. That is a play. Why? Because we know London close range is high, low, halfback. Halfback fails, we're going to 50. We're going here. High probability we are headed here, right here. Why? Because halfback failed. High probability. Let me write that in. We play the high probability, and that's what the setup does. It puts you in position for the best opportunity, the best play to get what? Your 5 to 10 points, because that's all we need. 5 to 10 points with a runner. As you get advanced, micros, till you learn the strat, till you learn the strategy, micros, just like my boss. Oh, update on the boss. Let me give an update on the boss. Just started trading 2 weeks ago. Knows nothing of what I'm showing here. He does no low, high, halfback. Or he knows 8 is 10-point range. He knows 5 points is halfback. Okay. He's trading micros. He's on the 25K Apex eval, and he is up over $800 some. He's already over halfway to his profit goal. Trading about 3 to 4 micros. He started out with just 1 or 2. He's been slowly inching up his contracts. Just amazing. High probability plays. It puts you in the best play possible. He's never traded before. He's ecstatic. Like I said, I told you know, and I love teaching people that don't know how to trade because they don't know, they don't have bad habits, they don't want to try to tell you what they learned in a book or what ICT done or what Jay done or Danny Trades does or Michael Peacock on Top Step what he does. You got to throw out all the bad habits. And that's why I love teaching new traders because they have no bad habits. They do what you tell them to do, and that's why they're more successful so quickly. The ones that struggle with it are the ones that keep micromanaging and want to dive in deeper and deeper and deeper. Well, why does it do this? Why does it do that? Why do you use that? Why do you use that range? Why do you use that time? Why? You're wasting energy by doing all that. You got to forget everything you learned, basically, to learn this, because it's opposite of what everybody does. It's a total opposite. You're not going to find this in a book anywhere. And that's another thing that gets me fired up. Like, oh, you need to read this book. You know, you need to learn how to lack off. You need to learn how supply and demand. Look, if all that shit worked, everybody would be a damn winner. You wouldn't have 99% losers. That's the bottom line. This shit don't work. Yeah, it might work 1 or 2 times. You know, if you load it up on contracts, you might have a good day, but I guarantee you over time, you're not. It's going to eat your account up. And that's what depends on. That's what the market depends on. It feeds off of people. What do you think keeps the market up? People losing money. That's what keeps the market up. I don't want to give them any of my money. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to give them any of my money. I want to take the money.
Hey, Doc, what's the thesis for your boss? He's doing MESs, plus he's doing what, a 7-point risk or a 10-point risk?
10 point, just like I teach in the room. Which one gets hit first? He's got a bracket order. 10-point target, 10-point loss. Which one gets hit first? Set it, forget it.
That piece right there has made a world of difference in my trading.
Sure.
I realized I was sabotaging.
Yeah,
so I just let it go.
Moving, break even, trying to move you stop, get stopped out. You got to let it breathe, guys, especially when you're learning. And the reason why I say a 10-point stop is because you still are going to have the opportunity of making money, even though you make bad entries. It gives you the opportunity to still make money while learning, even though you have bad entries. Yes, over time you want to tighten your stop. As you know, for a long time my stop was 7-point stop. I know back if I stopped out at 7 points, I'm done for the night. I'm totally wrong on direction. Now, I don't even want to tell you what I do now, but you will get there. You will again get to the advanced stage. I don't even do stops anymore. When you hone in your entries, you eliminate your heat when you get in a trade. You try to get the best entry as possible, and that's what I'm teaching and showing y'all. If you're anticipating. NQ 10-point stop, probably not. I haven't dialed that in on the NQ side. It's probably going to be closer to 30 points on NQ, if I had to guess on a micro. How I enter a clock. Pull the trigger at clock right here. If you're playing Ace Open, you're pulling the trigger at clock. High, low, halfback, clock, and clock. Most of your entries are going to be halfback at clocks. Occasionally you'll get to buy low. Occasionally you'll get to sell high. Like if you was anticipating New York, right here, we already know New York. Look, London sold, right? They're already getting in their position right here. Remember what I said in chat? You know, who's buying up here? I guarantee you London's going to sell. London did sell. What did they sell? Around, let's just say 600. They sold into 500. So they took 100 points right here. They're getting in position right here, right? This is the actual move in position right here. This is the misdirection going into New York. Why? Because New York is the king that says when we going to sell. That's why. USA is king. It's the only time it's a sell. New York ain't going to buy the highs. So you should already been anticipating this. I was already anticipating this. It's all that whole night. You know, we're not buying. But what are they doing? They're accumulating. They're actually getting short in this position. They're getting short, even though the trend is grinding up. This move is short. This is misdirection. They already took out this short-term low, took out this short-term low, took out this short-term low, took out this short-term low. They already showed their hand right here. New York did. End of day. They already started getting in their position. Once they say everybody's seen that, they're getting short as it's grinding up. And then we get the big sell-off. All the main clocks. You should be watching all the main clocks. Look, there's a list somewhere. Let's see. New York. Every channel's got pins, guys. If you go look at the pins right here. Main clocks right there. It's all documented for you.